Hello and welcome back to World of Warcraft. My name's Lumin and right now, here we are, finally caught up. I am uploading a video that actually features my character of today. Of now. This is it. Here I am. So, the level 90 authentic experience video that I uploaded 3 or 4 days ago, that was from 3 or 4 weeks ago. I think I've been level 90 for just over 3 weeks now, and I've been doing a whole lot. We've been busy. I've been trying to kind of play catch up, get myself caught up on everything going on at level 90 so that I can at least be a proper leader to the guild, so that I can know what's going on with the raids and everything else. But in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys, firstly, what I've been doing, what we've been up to, me, with my character, what I've been doing on level 90, the quests, zones, dungeons, raids, what the guild's been up to, because the guild has been busy, the guild has grown quite a bit, and then we're also just going to discuss what's going to be happening over the next couple of days, weeks, months, whatever. I have plans, nothing like 100% set in stone, but I do have plans, and now that I've done a couple of the slightly more time-consuming things that I wanted to do, I'm going to have more time to spend on more fun stuff. Stuff that involves all the guys and girls in the guild and so on. So, firstly, the armor that I'm currently wearing. Oh, it's beautiful. It is one of the most beautiful sets I've ever seen in this game. Now, the sword and the shield, they were of my choosing. They're not part of the set. I honestly feel like the shield's visual looks like it fits 100% with the set. Just look at the colors. You've got the blue here, you've got the golds, the browns. It's perfect. Okay, I guess it's not brown, you could say it's bronze instead. The sword, it's kind of flashy like the armor, but it's got that same gold color on it. Now, I would have preferred a shield that had the same kind of blue crystal-y feel and look to it, but I couldn't find anything like that, so this one works. Also doesn't steal the spotlight from the sword or the rest of the armor, so it's kind of cool. When you sheath it, the shield looks really good. The sword doesn't look that great. I think the sword looks better when you have it out. But the armor itself, for those that don't know, is the Paladin challenge mode armor. It's not super easy to get, but it's not that difficult to get either. You have to do all the dungeons in the game currently. There are 9 of them. The max level dungeons in challenge mode and get a gold time rating on them. That's, for the most part, what I've been spending a lot of time on over the past week and a half or 2 weeks. We got a group together and we did those. And I gotta say that it's some of the most fun content that I've ever done. So if you like a challenge and you prefer doing things with smaller groups, then I'd say that's definitely for you. I will also say that it's very important to have a set group. Okay, you need a group of people that will stick around. You don't want to be changing people around the whole time, because then you're going to have to relearn stuff. You're going to have to re-figure out how your rotation should go for stuns, how you're going to be using your cooldowns and so on and so forth. Ideally, you'd want at least 2 DPS, the tank and the healer, always there. And at most, you like switch 1 DPS around for a random person, but whatever, okay? Whatever, I'm going to be talking more about that in the challenge mode videos that I'm going to be uploading. And before any of you say anything, no, we were not boosted through the challenge modes. We were not. I tanked all of them. Helene healed all of them. We had a set-ish group of 7 people. So we had 2 extra DPS that we just cycled in and out and in and out. We actually got the guild achievements for them. We're missing 1 achievement. Then the guild gets the little pet. I'm not sure what it is. Thundering Serpent Hatchling. Kinda cool. We just need to do Siege of Nizao Temple, if I'm not mistaken, on gold. And the only reason we didn't get that was because our one guildmate, he wasn't around for the last one. We're gonna do that this weekend on Friday or something. So by the time this video goes up, well, the pet might already be there, but anyway. We did the challenge modes. It was a lot of fun. It was kind of difficult. It took us 2 weekends of lots and lots of playing to get them done. Maybe a little bit longer. I mean, 2 weekends and a couple of days during the week. And as I said, I recorded all of them. I'm going to be uploading a video for each of the gold runs that we did. It's going to be the first gold that we do on each dungeon. So it might not be the best, because we did do some of them after we got the gold, and it might not be the most impressive thing to look at, but it'll be great for those of you that perhaps haven't done it yet and want to know how something like that works for someone that doesn't have a lot of experience with it. Because, I mean, I've been level 90 for 2.5 to 3 weeks. I was level 90 for a week and a half before we started. That's it. So I had a week and a half on 90 to prepare for challenge modes. So, given that, I think we did reasonably well. I'm proud of it. Our whole group is proud of it. And I honestly just can't wait for Warlords of Draenor challenge mode. So that's the biggest thing I wanted to talk about, the challenge modes. Now, I have been raiding quite a bit. I did, like, you know, all the looking for raid stuff. And the reason, I'll tell you now, the reason I mean, I'll get back to talking about which raids I did, but the reason I started doing the raids already and I didn't, like, you know, start raiding with a guild or whatever, is because I wanted to be able to tank everything. I wanted some, at least basic knowledge of all the boss fights before going in with a guild group and trying them on normal mode, because I feel that, I mean, if I go in there with zero knowledge as the tank, or even not even as the main tank, even if I went as an off tank, if I went in there with zero knowledge, it would have been terrible. I mean, going in there, learning everything while doing a guild run is not great. So rather learn looking for raid, get the basics down, then move on to flex and normal. That's what I've been doing. I went through all the looking for raid stuff. I did flex Siege of Orgrimmar. I tanked all of Siege of Orgrimmar. I tanked 75% of flex already. I haven't done part 4, which is unfortunate, but I will get to that soon. Item level 530 at the moment. My stats are really, really, really good. I've actually seen tanks with way higher item level that just don't care. And that's one of the things that irritates me so much about being on level 90. 1 second. Let me just have a sip of tea. I really don't like it when, especially tanks, have like all this amazing gear, but they don't put a single gem in the gear. They don't enchant any of it. They just don't care about the stats, about what they need to tank properly. Sometimes they don't even care about the rotations and stuff they use. They don't care about the rest of the raid. Nothing like that. It's just something that I, as someone that's now been tanking in raids, care about more than I did before, because I see these things happening. Well, I honestly just think that that kind of attitude will at least make me even better a tank for the guild, so I'm happy about that. But I've been doing the raids. I've been very unlucky. I mean, I did this last week, Siege of Orgrimmar looking for raid and Siege of Orgrimmar flex, and I didn't get one item. I got one, actually. I got this. I got gloves, which dropped from trash, but I didn't get anything else. I'm still sitting with a 502 weapon here, looking for upgrades. I don't know. Okay, so this past week's been a little bit unlucky, but I have been doing raids along with Helene. I know a lot of other members in the guild have been doing the same, and soon what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be announcing, or at least setting up a guild meeting for, I don't know, maybe a week from now, where I want people that are interested in raids and raiding to gather up, and then we're going to talk. That's it, we're going to talk. Because I want to make a few things clear in terms of what's not expected of people for raiding, but at least what they should try and do before attempting to come to a raid. So when we start doing normal raids of the older content, then we're going to start easygoing. There aren't going to be very high requirements, nothing like that, because it's not super difficult. But we want to start on the slightly more current content, which is already old content in Siege of Orgrimmar. And when we do that, then we're going to have to start implementing like item level restrictions, and we're going to have to like sort of do a gear check and stuff like that before starting the raid. We can't just let anyone in, else we're just going to wipe and wipe and wipe. I mean, you guys know how that works. So people are going to have to start trying to gear up. I know a lot of people in this guild are playing on alts and stuff, so it's not fun for them to gear up again on another character, but there are some people that are playing seriously on their characters in this guild as their mains, and obviously for those people it will be easier to gear up, to commit some time to get in the proper items they need and the item level they need, but we're going to have to set some restrictions at least. Like, we're not going to take people in full timeless gear to a flex Siege of Orgrimmar raid. That's just not going to happen because, you know, the timeless gear is pretty terrible. It's good for hitting looking for raid and maybe for just giving you that quick boost on level 90, but as far as I can tell, you go with that to a flex run, people are going to know you're going to be slowing the group down, and I mean, you can get a general idea of what you need to do something like flex if you go to the other raids menu over here. This is something that a lot of people don't even know exists. You go to raid, and you go to other raids, and you can get a good idea of what you need here because you can see what the item level requirement is. So the highest that you need for a flex raid is 531. I'm currently on 530. If I just upgrade one item, I'll be able to go to that in flex. But I think for Veil of Eternal Sorrows, you need something like 520. And it's better if you do more damage. It's better if you can heal more. It's better if you have more health and mitigation and this and that as a tank. You know what I'm saying. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. You probably all already know it. But I've been preparing to raid. I am preparing to prepare the guild for raiding. And it's been fun. It's been a bit of a challenge for me. It's taken up a bit of time. So, you know, I have been kind of slacking on the Hearthstone and stuff like that. But now that I've got the most time-consuming stuff out of the way, I'm going to be spending more time on other things and just spending slightly more time on, you know, the important stuff in World of Warcraft. But that's actually what we want over there. The Kor'kron mount. I'm not sure what it's called. Kor'kron Warwolf. So we want to kill Garrosh on normal mode before the patch comes out, the pre-Warlords patch, so that we can all get that wolf. And that's it. That's the next milestone we're going for. I mean, what we had as a challenge for ourselves was doing the challenge modes on gold, and now we've done that. So now we're going to move on to the next one, and we're going to get everyone involved. So, learning to raid, challenge mode's done. What else is there? I started the legendary quest line. Okay, that's been pretty fun. I messed up hard when I was trying to record it, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the video of the legendary quest line. I might just do a legendary quest line highlights video, something like that, so I'll have like the parts that I thought were the coolest in there, because there's some really cool dialogue, some really cool cinematics. There's just straight up cool stuff in that quest line. Then there's straight up frustrating, irritating stuff like a test of valor. But I've been doing that, okay? And I'm trying to figure out what I can do in terms of video content for the legendary quest line. I'll see. Just don't know yet. I've been PvPing a little bit to get just a couple of items, and I've come to the conclusion that I prefer prot PvP above retribution. I don't know why. I just like playing prot. I like all the disable. I like all the cooldowns I get to pop. I enjoy it. Myself and Eileen actually played some arena last night, and we won. We won a couple. We lost more. We lost a whole lot more, but we won a couple, and I really enjoyed it. And I did it now with no PvP gear at all. I went in prot spec, she went in discipline spec, and generally our games take super long, the arena games, but it's still a ton of fun, because people just don't expect that. A tank and a healer in PvP, so, you know, it just ends up being a nice experience doing that. I did do quite a couple of battlegrounds, and I gotta say that Alliance just sucks at most of them. Isle of Conquest, AV, those two Alliance win almost every time, but all the others they lose. So when I get to that step in the legendary quest line, I'm gonna struggle. But I've been having fun with that. I've been farming quite a bit. I can actually show you my farm. This is the mount that I got for the challenge modes, by the way. It's a really pretty mount. Very, very nice. Sadly, it doesn't have a ground animation or anything like that, but the mount itself is just beautiful. There are 4 different ones to choose from. Once Warlords of Draenor comes out, you get all 4. So people that did challenge mode on gold, they get all 4 of the mounts, and you can just, you know, use any of them that you want. You also get, for those who are wondering, a title, the Undaunted, which I'm not using. I don't care too much for. Then you get Challenger's Path, which is a set of teleportation spells to each of the dungeons that you did on gold. That's probably one of my favorite parts that you get. And then obviously, like I said and like you saw, you get the armor. The armor actually also has a helmet, obviously, but I'm just not a big fan of showing helmets. I realize that does look really cool, but helmets just don't do it for me. Helmets and cloaks, always off. That's all I'm saying. I'm working on a couple more transmog sets, but I'm going to stick with this one for a little bit, because it's kind of special, I'm proud of it, and so on and so forth. This is my farm. I'm mostly just planting the song bells and the snake root. That's for the moats and the trillium / ghost iron ore. I've also been doing some rep farming, but I don't know. I'm not in a hurry with the rep. I'll get everything to exalted at some point in the not too distant future, but I have been doing that. And other than that, you know, in terms of what my character's been doing, that's about it. I've got a PvP set of items that I haven't been using very much, which is this. I don't know. Like I said, just prefer protection PvP. So I might actually get myself a couple of protection PvP items, and I might just do that instead. We'll see how it goes. But I think that's it for my character. I mean, there's nothing else to really tell. Now, the guild is obviously level 25. It's been level 25 for ages. But there are a lot of people. 395 total. We have, you know, between 30 to 40 to 50 people on weekends. A lot of people playing, a lot of people on and off. A lot of people that are currently inactive, but it's not a big deal because, well, you know, there's a lot of space in the guild. And we are still accepting new recruits. Like I said, we're going to start raiding soon. There are old raids happening all the time. Like, for instance, this coming weekend, we have Uldar 25, where they're going to get the mount. That's really nice. They have... Actually, a different group with the guild has cleared Mogushan vaults. Mogushan... Is it vaults or palace? I think it's vaults. The Mogushan raid. Yes, it is. They cleared that with a guild group, which I gotta say is impressive. I mean, sure, it's an old raid, but that just means they can move on to the next ones. They can start Heart of Fear or Terrace of Endless Springs. Terrace is super easy. Okay, so I expect that they'll do these three in no time at all. Throne of Thunder is a bit more difficult. The encounters and stuff are much more complex. Don't even think I've tanked all of them yet, but I'll get to it. Siege of Orgrimmar, also easier. I feel like Throne of Thunder is probably the most difficult. We've also done a couple of world boss groups with a guild, which was quite a lot of fun. But for the most part, the guild's busy. A lot of people in and out. And there's a lot of stuff just happening. You know, events and stuff. And if you guys want part of it, you can see here that, well, stuff's been happening. If you guys want in on it, you can just join us. Defias, Brotherhood, EU, Tales of Lumin Guild. You can whisper anyone. I think everyone in the guild can invite. And they can just get you in there, get you set. Now, content. What I'm going to be working on. For the next couple of videos, you're going to just be seeing challenge modes. I want to get all 9 of them up as soon as possible. And you guys are going to see my point of view. You're going to see how I ran our group through it. How I struggled with things, how I coped with things, how I dealt with things, and so on and so forth. So it's going to be from the tank's perspective, a little different. Usually you see it from a DPS or a healer's point of view. And I think that, you know, me sharing what I had to learn, what I had to get right, is probably going to be a bit of an asset for some people out there. You know, it's different as a tank, and it's even more different as someone that hasn't been playing that long. I mean, sure, I'm actually kind of okay at the game, seeing that I played it for many years, but I hadn't played for quite some time. I jumped in again, I got level 90, I was only on level 90, as I said at the start of the video, for like just over a week, and then we started on challenge modes. Now, with challenge modes, your gear gets scaled down to item level 463 or something, so it's okay if your gear isn't great, as long as you have good items in the slots that you need good items in, and you know, that just gives you an advantage. You can jump in sooner. So coming in as a new player, that's fine. It's not going to help having item level 600 going into challenge modes, because it's going to get scaled down. It's going to get scaled down anyway. Everyone's going to be on equal footing. So from a newer player's perspective, I think that should be interesting for you guys. I'm not going to make them guides / tutorials. I'm just going to give you my rundown of how everything happened. I guess it's going to be slightly guidey, I'm going to tell you what we had to do here, what we had to do there, but, you know, that's what I'm going to be doing in those videos. You'll see how they are. They are all pretty short, seeing that the challenge modes are all timed runs. You need to, if you want them on gold, get them done in under X minutes, be it 8, be it 10, be it 12, be it 20, but they're all pretty short, so that's going to be enjoyable for those of you that don't like the super long videos. But after that's done, I want to just start on all the other stuff that I wanted to do. There will be fishing, there will be heroic dungeons, there will be arena videos, because I decided I want to do arena videos. Myself and Helene playing, Prot and Disc Spec, Priest and Paladin, we're going to do arena videos. Rated Battlegrounds with the guild, definitely. Other random PvP stuff. Obviously, pit battle in and quest in, and yes, I'm still going to go back and do quests. I'm going to go back to Jade Forest. I've got the quests right here, see? Got the quests right here. Gonna go back. I'm gonna be doing them. That's a pretty sword. Gonna be doing them. Gonna be finishing the zone. And, you know, I'm just gonna be doing the content that I've been saying for the past who knows how long I wanted to do. I'm also gonna be doing at some point videos of the raids that we do and all that other good stuff, all the events and stuff we have, but a lot of plans. That's the most important takeaway you guys should get from this. Like, that's it. We've got lots of plans. There's going to be raids within the next, I think, 2 weeks. So, in a week's time or so, meeting about raids. Maybe a week after that, we start raiding, give people a week to prepare. You know, I think that's fair. I think it's fair to at least give people some warning. Because when I do jump in, we want to jump in and get stuff done. So there you go. Now, if you have any suggestions for content, please feel free to let me know what you'd like to see, what I should be doing, if there's a specific area or, like, I don't know, instance you'd like to see, a quest line. Oh, actually, you know what I did buy? Because my gold was much more. I had 50,000 gold. I had 50,000 gold, and I just spent some. It's bad. I bought a battered hilt because I've heard nothing but good things about the battered hilt questline in, you know, Ice Crown, Northrend. It was in Wrath of the Lich King, and I'm going to be doing that as well as part of the Questing series, just because, you know, I want the skin that the sword gives. I might even go for the two-hander because I like it, but I want the skin, Quell Derar, I think. Not entirely sure what the names are, but I bought the battered hilt for a silly amount of gold, and I invest. So my gold has been kind of up and down. I'm 31k at the moment. It's okay. It's like I should have a lot more than that, but I don't have the energy. I just don't. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. You can check back here soon for more update videos, because this was just that, an update video. I'm standing around talking, not really doing anything special. I should have been fishing. You know, at least I would have gotten some fishing skill out of it. I like this mount with the challenge mode armor. This is my go-to mount. Oh, and the armor has some pretty cool animations. You know, if you cast stuff, the wings light up. It's very nice. If you cast, say, for instance, the challenger's path, then it also lights up. It's very nice. Okay, Blizzard did good with this. So I absolutely can't wait to see what they do for Warlords of Draenor's challenge modes. But again, let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know what you think of everything I've told you, the plans and so on and so forth. Most importantly, just check back here soon for more. Give it a like, share it, and do all that other good stuff. Nero's angry. Happy that.